patience will make you an additional $35,000+. Take a look at this deal structure Sunday. Hey everybody, this is Zachary Beach with SmartRealEstateCoach.com. Welcome to another deal structure Sunday. Patience is what allowed us as a team to accumulate probably an additional $35,000+ on this deal. So let's run this through. We're gonna label this deal 275 LS Drive. Let's talk about the source here. So the source was a VA expired. VA expired. So I'm trained our virtual assistant now to call on expired. So this deal we actually acquired while we were away. I believe I was at an event down in, I want to say it was in Phoenix. I could be wrong there, but I was definitely away, I'll tell you that, because I was going through my emails when I was speaking with the seller, and the seller actually talked herself down from a $395,000 purchase price all the way down to we ended up doing a sub-2 deal, and I'll show you what we ended up buying it for. So the type is a subject to deal. So we are buying the property subject to the existing loan on the house. So the motivation here, is the sellers were actually getting a divorce, and one of the sellers, the woman, moved all the way down to Florida. So they wanted, at this point in time, zero to do with the property. They actually just recently rehabbed the property, and they put all the rehab on credit cards. So that's the only reason why we're actually giving them something above and beyond the mortgage. So pretty crazy scenario here, and a very nice house in a well-desired area. The other thing, a little nuance here as well, is they were roughly $4,000 in arrears. So this is the type of deal where if there's enough equity in the property and there's a really good deal, then you're gonna, you have the ability to, once you're getting some deals done, you have the ability to catch up these arrears. Now, we didn't go ahead and use cash out of our own pocket. That's something that we don't like to do. What we did is we allocated money from deals that we had that were closing, and we reallocated this money, which I'm sure you've seen this technique done from us before. We reallocate this money and now are acquiring another deal, which you're going to see is going to get us roughly in the six figures depending on the option that we go with. So purchase price is $346,826, and you got to have the 2 cents. And what we did is we are doing installment payments, which would end up equaling to so plus $9,115,000. This was negotiated based upon, they actually owed $20,000 in credit card debt. We negotiated down to about $9,100 because we were going to take over the arrears as well. We ended up doing that. This is going to be an installment payment, so they're not getting this at the closing. What they're getting is $2,500 6 months from the closing, $2,500 a year from the closing, and $2,500 18 months from the closing, and then the balance of that, which is $1,615, 2 years from the closing. So we actually stretched out $9,000 over 2 years, and what we're doing is when we close on the property, we will pay the closing costs. The arrears would have already been caught up, so that's our out-of-pocket cost right there. Okay, so the total ended up being $360,826.02. So that's what we ended up buying it for, and roughly the monthly payment on this is roughly $2K. So the monthly is roughly $2K on the property, just to give you the numbers here. So right now we're going to sell it. We have it on the market for selling it two different ways. We can either sell it as a lease purchase or a rent to own, or we can actually sell it owner financing, because now we hold title. What we can do is we can do a wrap mortgage and sell that wrap mortgage owner financing to a potential buyer. The difference would be in the amount of deposit that they're actually going to come in with. So let's just talk about a lease purchase here. So this is what we're going to sell it for. We're selling this property for $425,000. More than okay. We've had appraisals in the 4s right now, so definitely a good number to sell it at. And we're going to sell it for roughly $2,500 per month. So this is going to bring our payday number 1 if we're selling on a rent to own. Because we have it subject to, we're more likely to sell it on a 36-month term. That way we can stretch out the payments here and also stretch out the actual total profit instead of selling it on a normal 24 months. So these are going to be 100% based on 36 months. So payday number 1 would be roughly $21,000 because that is 5% down. Payday number 2, there is roughly a $500 spread. So 500 times 36 is going to give you $18,000. Payday number 3, there is a $570 principal reduction every single month on this deal. So as you can imagine, since we own it sub 2, I'd like to stretch out as long as possible, which I'm sure you can allude to. So, and we'll do that by 36 months. The principal coming off the property is going to be over $20,000, $520. There's additional premium here because we sold the property for $425. We bought it at roughly $360. So there's plenty of premium here. It's actually $43,174 on the back end. So that's the premium. Bringing our total to $102,694. Total profit over $100,000 on the total profit. That is if we sold the property on a rent to own for 36 months. Of course, we can continue to push this out as long as we need to, as we own the property. Another exit strategy that we could do if somebody came in with a larger deposit, and I didn't do out all the numbers here, I just want to get you thinking, is we could sell it for $425, owner finance it at roughly a 7% interest rate. The interest rate on this loan right here is 3.75%. So there's a nice over 2 to 3% interest rate, interest spread there. You could do it on a 10 or 20-year balloon. And we would do that if somebody came in with at least 10% down. Hopefully 20%, finance the rest. Now you have a really long-term deal. Now my son Remy would be 12 years old before this property would be cashed out. So a really good investment, a really good way to sell these properties. If you have any questions associated with these Deal Structure Sundays, go ahead and comment below. If you're enjoying these and you're seeing them on Facebook, share it, pass it along. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe as we bring you a Deal Structure Sunday each and every Sunday. And also, if you have additional questions and you want to speak with us live, the third Thursday of every month, we do a Wicked Smart sit down where every single person's invited. So go ahead and show up for those, and we look forward to answering your questions and bringing another deal next week.